Hey there, Leo, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your weekly reading. This is going to be a reading for the week of March 14th through March 20th. And we're going to look at your past, your present, and your near future energies. There you are. Also, Leo, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me out with YouTube's algorithm. All right. Okay, so Leo, the main energy for your reading this week is the Page of Wands. You're definitely feeling drawn or pull in a specific direction. And I feel like you're listening to this direction. You're kind of like, okay, universe is pulling me here. I'll go here. But there's a little bit of, I'm not your puppet type of energy. You'll see what I mean when we clarify. In the recent past, you get the Seven of Cups, the Strength, and the Six of Pentacles. There's a lot of confusion surrounding balance here. It's almost like you are having a hard time achieving balance in the recent past, or you didn't know how to balance out a situation, but there's a lot of confusion around it. There's a lot of what should I do? How should I do this? So on and so forth. So we'll see exactly what that situation's about. Now, in the current situation, you get the Judgment, the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. You're making a very, very deep decision here to work with somebody. To work with somebody to heal and fix the past. Now, again, this doesn't mean that you and this person are necessarily going to come back together, although that could be the case for some of you. But it could just be you getting closure, you balancing things out and just being like, okay, you know what? Maybe things didn't work out. Maybe we had a fight. There is a specific something in the past which is showing up here, which is tied up to quite difficult energies of regret, of remorse, of pain. You're making the decision here to be like, you know what? Okay, you, me, let's meet 50% and let's meet halfway and let's work on this. Let's try to rebuild that solid foundation, that trust that we once shared at some point, and see if we can't move past this. Now, in the near future, you get the Justice, the Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. This is what I meant when I said you're being pulled in a specific direction, but you're kind of only given a little bit. You're like, I'm not your puppet. I'm not going to go the whole way. You definitely do want to balance things out here, okay? The Justice is the major arcana for the Six of Pentacles. And again, you're showing me the same energy from the recent past. I want to balance things out. I want to restore fairness and equality and equal give and take within this situation or within myself. But I'm confused as to how to do it. So it's kind of like history is repeating itself. Your past is repeating itself in the near future, but in a different way. So let's see. Let's clarify. Let's take, okay. Give me two more for the Page of Wands as the main energy for Leo, please. The Page of Wands is clarified by the Tower, the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords. You definitely want to heal this connection. There's a very strong bond showing up here for you, and you're showing me, I want to heal this. I want to fix this. And it's almost like it's too much for you to, like, you can't keep fighting it off. So you're kind of like, okay, you know what, universe? Fine. You keep pushing me in this direction. I'll listen. I hear you. But you're not going to get much out of me. I'm giving you a finger. You're not getting the whole hand here type of energy. Despite the fact that you have the desire to heal this. You have the desire to fix whatever is broken within this connection. It's almost like you're kind of like, you know what? Fine. I'll budge. I'll give you a little. You're getting an inch. Don't try to take a mile. And I don't know if you're saying that to yourself, to the other person, or to the universe. Let's take a look at your recent past. I want to see what the Seven of Cups is for you in the recent past. Seven of Cups is clarified by the Page of Wands, which you got as the main energy for your reading, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Pentacles. Something that was very confusing to you at some point has shifted. It's changed. So it's gone from confusing to, I don't know what to do about this. I don't even want to deal with this because it's so confusing and there's so many ins and outs, to, you know what? I still don't know what to do about this, but at least I know what I want to achieve. And what you want to achieve here is balance. You're showing me that you want equal energies exchanged between you and somebody else. So I feel like there is a lack of fairness or a lack of equality in terms of who is giving and who is taking in this connection. And you guys don't even have to be talking in the 3D world, right? Energies are exchanged all the time. Whether you realize it or not, you are always energetically communicating with people. And so I feel like you in the recent past are kind of like realizing, you know what? I want to balance out these energies. I want to bring back fairness to the situation. Let's take a look at the Strength for you in the recent past. The strength is clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Hanged Man, the King of Swords. Despite the fact that you have the desire to bring back balance and fairness to the situation, you're showing me that it's very, very hard because there's a lack of clarity here. I'm not sure why you're not so clear on something. So it could be that the other person is not clearly communicating with you, or there's some sort of lack of clarity in this situation, and that's making it more difficult for you. So instead of actually taking action and acting based on how you feel and what you want to do, you're just like, you know what, I'm not doing anything. Until I gain that clarity, until I'm very crystal clear on like what needs to take place, what I need to contribute, what they need to contribute, how this whole thing is going to work out, I'm not moving and I'm not budging. But it is difficult for you. It is weighing on you a little bit because you do want to take action. You do want to make things right, but you're just not clear on how, or there's something here which you're not clear on. Let's take a look at the Six of Pentacles in the recent past. The Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Cups. You get the Five of Cups again in the current situation in the exact same row. What you're trying to balance out here is this conflict between you and this other person. I feel like there's some drama or disagreement from the past, something that took place in the past, which you and this other person couldn't see eye to eye on. And that's kind of where you guys like are at a standstill. You can't see their perspective, they can't see your perspective, or you guys don't agree with each other. And that's what needs to be balanced out. That's what you're showing me here. We need to have a conversation about this. We need to talk it and figure out how to balance things out. How to make sure that, even if we can't agree, at least we can agree to disagree. But the conflict is not resolved, and that's why you're not taking action. Because I feel like there's some lack of clarity here surrounding how to approach this person, how to approach this conversation without it completely going nuclear between you and them. Let's take a look at your current situation. I want to see what the judgment is for you in the current situation. The judgment is clarified by the High Priestess, the Four of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. You're coming to the realization here that, and some of you may be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but you are coming to the realization here that in order for you to feel stable and feel grounded and feel balanced, you need to heal this sense of unhappiness or discontent that you're carrying deep within you. And I feel like your intuition's like, you know what, maybe this is why you're confused, Leo. It's because there's something here underneath the surface bubbling within you that you really haven't addressed. So let me surface this. Let me bring this to the surface for you so you can take a look at what makes you unhappy, at what makes you feel a lack of content, and that's what you need to work on. And after you've worked on that, after you've taken a look at that, then you're able to enter this energy of stability and balance and just grounded energy. And it's not just kind of like an energy of lack of content, like, oh, I get really annoyed that it's 50 degrees outside instead of a nice 82. It's more so, it's like on a deeper level. A need that you have, a desire that you have surrounding this connection, surrounding communication, surrounding something which you've kind of been carrying deep within you. Maybe you haven't even expressed this to yourself or to the other person. Let's take a look at the Three of Pentacles in the current situation for you. The Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Sun. You do want to work with somebody following a separation. And it's almost like you're showing me, I'm going to work with you. I'll meet you halfway. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Let's smooth things over. But my heart is not in this. I will not allow my heart to be in this. Because as far as I'm concerned, my emotions, they disconnected. They were gone when this whole conflict happened, when there was a separation, when we broke up. And again, even if you guys aren't broken up in the 3D world, like you didn't officially say we're done, when energies shift, when there is a fight, when there is a disagreement, there is a break in the energy, in the continuum of how you and this other person engage with each other. And so you're showing me whenever that took place, whatever happened in the past that we couldn't see eye to eye on, as far as I'm concerned, my feelings were left at that door. I left my feelings there, I checked them out. So yeah, I'm open to working with you. I'm open to meeting you halfway and working on, smoothing everything out, talking to each other, communicating, etc. But don't expect me to be emotionally involved in this, because if that's what you want, you're not going to get it here. Let's take a look at the Five of Cups for you in the current situation. Five of Cups is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Moon. It's almost like you're waiting for this whole situation to just resolve itself. You're giving up on the desire to take any action when it comes to this, because in the recent past you showed me, okay, we need to have a conversation. We need to talk about this. We need to figure out what the heck happened. In the current situation, I feel like you're just kind of like, you know what? Let's just let time pass. If enough time passes, I'm gonna lose this desire to even make anything happen, work on things, have this conversation, whatever. This person is going to be a little speck in my rearview mirror. And, I'm not going to even acknowledge the fact that I thought of them, that I dated them at any point. However, with the moon showing up here, this is letting me know that you're more in an energy of, I don't want to deal with this. I just want to pretend like it never happened. I just want to take whatever happened in the past, this whole connection, everything, and I just want to, bury it, put it underwater, pretend like it doesn't exist. And if I just let enough time pass, eventually it's not going to exist. I'm going to forget about it. I'm not going to feel as intensely, etc., etc., etc. This is almost an energy of like, you know what? If I don't think about it, if I don't talk about it, if I don't do anything, it's just going to die out on its own. Or at least that's what you're hoping will happen. Because I feel like at some point in the current situation, you've checked out. You're kind of like, you know what? I'm not investing in this anymore. Whereas in the recent past, there was still some passion, some feeling, some desire to do something about this. In the current situation, it looks like you're just not wanting to do that anymore for whatever reason. Let's take a look at the Justice in the near future. The Justice is clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Empress. And it comes back up. I think you got the Seven of Cups opening up your reading, tied up to this confusion about what do I do? How do I balance out the energies? In the near future, that energy comes back up because there is happiness tied up to this person. It's almost like you, in the current situation, I definitely see you checked out, but in the near future, and again, this could be your person's energy. This doesn't have to be you. Somebody has this almost like resurfacing, like a tsunami wave of emotions, happiness, love, like thinking of this person and just being like, that's my person. That's where my happiness is. And it's almost like it's coming out of nowhere where this person thought like, I put this to bed. These energies, I've taken care of them. And Spirit's kind of like, did you though? Did you really? Let's take a look at the Knight of Swords for you in the near future. Wow, two aces side by side. The Knight of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands. You are fighting tooth and nail here to not take action. It's almost like your mind, your heart, your passion, everything is pushing you and being like, Leo, do it, do it, do it. Like literally just like Nike, just do it. And you're sitting here digging in your heels and you're like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything about this. I'm not moving. And again, I don't know why you're fighting so hard. I don't know why you're digging in your heels, but this is literally like I can see you visually just planting your feet on the ground, be like, I'm not moving. Even though you want to, even though there's a gust of wind, of energy, of love, of passion, shoving you in a direction to take action, and you're like, nope. This is a prime example of free will. You have free will and you are exerting it. Let's take a look at the Two of Pentacles for you in the near future. Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Star, the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. You definitely have a desire to get rid of this confusion. It's almost like you keep bouncing back and forth between I want to do something, I'm not going to do something. I feel something, my heart is closed. I'm thinking of this person. Who is this person? I don't even think of them. You definitely want to heal that. You want to get rid of that energy because it's very unstable, and I feel like it's very like back and forth for you, and you don't like that. You like stability. You like feeling like your feet are planted, like you're standing on your own 2 feet, and the ground that you're standing on is very stable. However, what Spirit's showing me here is that this whole process has been a very, very big learning experience for you. You were meant to learn something from this. There's a lesson to be learned here, and I feel like that lesson is to learn how to balance out your heart and your head. Right? Because like I said, free will, you got it. And you're very powerful. Like you're able to exercise your free will without, once you're convinced and you're like, I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this, you stick to it. You don't have an issue with that. But there's something to be learned here in the near future, and it has to do with your ability to feel stable, to feel grounded, to feel like you got it. But yeah, very, very interesting. It's kind of like how the energy shifts, history literally repeats itself. Like the past is coming back for you to deal with it. Or past energies, at least. Let's see what the universe wants you to keep in mind this week, Leo. One more. From the universe, you get the Moon, the Three of Swords, and the Hierophant. I feel like you've buried this feeling of unhappiness, of pain. There's something, like I said, in the recent past, some not so great energies tied up to the past, which you've buried deep, deep, deep within you. Almost to the point where you don't even see them, where you don't even realize them. Here's what's interesting though, Leo. Throughout this whole reading, I don't see you necessarily... It's not about the other person, is what I'm trying to get at. These are all energies that are coming up for you to deal with. I don't feel like this is spirit pushing you to, reach out to the other person, communicate with them, etc., right? This is more about you kind of like accepting these feelings that are coming up, accepting what you feel, what you think, what you feel called to do, And I feel the reason, and again, remember we said there's a learning experience here for you in the near future. What you're meant to learn is possibly how to not bury these feelings, how to just be like, okay, I feel these feelings, that's okay. Even if they're good, even if they're not so great, either way, I can feel them without ignoring them, without pretending like they're not there and burying them within me to the point where I don't have to deal with them. Let's close off your reading, Leo, with an oracle card from the universe. What do you need to release? I mean, do I really even need to explain how this card ties into your reading? This is all about you releasing this resistance around your feelings, around pretending like this pain, these difficult emotions tied up to a past connection don't exist. So Leo, this was a very, very powerful reading. I really, really, I'm speechless. So thank you again for tuning in. I hope it helped. If it did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you here next week. Bye, Leo.